Xin chào tất cả các bạn. Hôm nay thì May đang ngồi cùng với thầy Rodney, là một trong những giáo viên yêu thích nhất của May tại We Academy. Hôm nay thì mình có ý tưởng là sẽ làm một cái video về speaking test trong IELTS. Mình hy vọng là cái video này sẽ hữu ích cho tất cả các bạn mà có dự định sẽ làm cái bài test này. Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna show you a video for a mock IELTS speaking test with teacher Rodney, who got a band score 9 in IELTS. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very good.
Good.
Are you ready?
I am ready, whenever you are.
Okay, that's great. I might have some mistakes in pronunciation and grammar, but I will do my best. And I hope this video will be useful for all of you when you take the IELTS examination, and also can give you some insights and how to answer the questions correctly. Okay, thank you. Let's start.
Let's start.
Okay. This is the speaking test of the International Language English Testing System taking place in We Academy on Friday, October 13. The candidate is Teacher Rodney and examiner is student May. Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, what is your full name, please?
My full name is Rodney Allen Harbour.
Okay, what should I call you?
Rod.
Okay, may I see your passport, please?
I don't have my passport, but I will give you my ID. So this is my ID.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Harbour. So now in the first part, I would like to ask you some questions about yourself.
Not a problem, go ahead.
Okay, let's talk about your hometown.
Okay, so my hometown is in Australia. I consider my hometown the town where I was born. So the town that I was born is called Daylesford in Victoria.
Is it an interesting place to live?
Yeah, Daylesford is only about an hour and a half away from Melbourne, which is one of our big capital cities. But it's a very quiet country town, which is why I love it so much. It has mineral water springs in our hometown, so we used to have free mineral water. But it's also close to the bush and farms, so you have a lot of activities that you can do there.
Okay, so what don't you like about your hometown?
The thing I don't like about my hometown is its size. So the population is only around about 10,000 people, which is good if you want to know everyone. But on the drawback, everyone knows you. And so it's very hard to do anything or get anything done without people wanting to know why you're doing it or what's happening.
Okay, let's talk about your job. What is your job?
My job at We Academy is I'm one of the teachers here. It's a fun job because I get to deal with a lot of students from many different countries, which is what makes it very interesting. I teach IELTS, I teach TOEIC, but I also teach general English, which is fun. It is a challenge, but it's a challenge that I love.
So, why did you choose this job?
I have always been interested in teaching. I started teaching too many years ago to actually count. So I started doing vocational teaching, which is training people how to get ready for work, teaching them the skills that they need to be able to find a job and do that job properly. I then went on to become a scientist, and as I was studying my science degree and working as a scientist, I realised how many children hated scientists And so I decided that I really wanted to be a teacher so I could encourage these children to love science as much as I could, but also to share my knowledge and my skills.
Okay, so do you get on well with your co-workers?
I would like to think yes. I'm very relaxed, very easygoing, but I also have very clear ideas on what my responsibilities are as a teacher, and so I hold my teaching standards up in very high regard. These are the codes of ethics that we pretty much have that tell us what we should do, what we should be, and guide us in being better teachers.
Okay, so I want to ask, what was your first day at work like?
My first day at We Academy was very, very nervous for me. I came in as the native speaking teacher, and it can be daunting because when you're in a facility and you're the only person that looks different to everyone else,
Yes.
it can be scary. But at the same time, the students and the staff here are really friendly, and that made it a very enjoyable experience in my eyes.
Okay, so what responsibilities do you have at work?
If I'm at work, my responsibilities are I have to make sure all my lessons are planned and printed ready for my students. At the moment, I have a range of students ranging from a young Mongolian boy who is 12 all the way up to adults, and so I have to make sure that their classes are interesting, their classes are varied, but at the same time they're fun. Learning to me is their biggest priority. All my students have very clear goals in what they want to learn and what they want to achieve in their language, and so I do my best to encourage that growth towards their goals, so hopefully they do achieve their outcome that they want.
Okay, would you like to change your job in the future?
No, in all honesty, I can see myself teaching until the day I retire. It's one of these jobs where if you're passionate about what you do, if you're passionate about education, you don't want to stop. Like, my thing that really drives me the most, I hate to say, is seeing my students achieve their goals, seeing them succeed, and seeing them grow, and seeing them being able to really use the language to its full extent, and not just for basic conversation.
Okay. Now we will move to part 2. I'm going to give you a topic, and I would like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. This is your paper, pencil, and your topic.
Okay.
Okay. So, yes.
Okay. So respect. Describe someone you respect. Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. So your 1 minute preparation time is over, and don't worry if I stop you, and I will let you know when the time is up.
So the person I respect the most is Albert Einstein. Most people have heard of Albert Einstein and they see him as this crazy-haired scientist that's a little bit extravagant in his ways, and I think that's part of the reason I do respect him. I respect his ideas and what he actually did for society. I often find myself, when I have free time, reading his quotes. Some of his quotes are actually in my office on my wall. My favourite quote from Albert Einstein is where he actually stated imagination is more important than knowledge, because this is letting people realise if I can't dream, if I can't think of something, then having all the knowledge in the world is useless. And that's how I feel. I can learn everything in a book, but if I can't use everything that I've learned, if I can't expand, if I can't dream, if I can't see a big picture, then unfortunately I'm never going to be able to succeed in what I want. His achievements and theories we still use. So he developed theories of relativity that have stood the test of time. As a scientist, this is what I wanted to achieve. I wanted to be known for ideas that could stand up, that everyone would actually hold in high regard, and even when people have tried to prove his theories wrong, they've still proved correct. And I think the reason I actually respect him the most is because a lot of the work that he did was done before computers, before technology, so he actually had to use his own brain and create his own ideas. The other reason I do respect him the most is the funniest reason, and that's because as a child they thought that he was slightly retarded and he wasn't actually any good in class. And instead he's turned into a figure that anyone in the world, when they see his picture, recognise him. And so to me it gives you hope. It's sort of like if your teachers, when you're at school, in elementary school or preschool or wherever, sit there going, you don't know anything, you will never achieve anything. I can look at someone like Albert Einstein and go, you know what? They thought the same thing about him, and look what he achieved. He achieved a lot of great things. The other thing people don't realise is Albert Einstein was Jewish. And so when they were setting up the state of Israel, they actually asked him to become the Prime Minister, the very first Prime Minister of Israel. And he said no, because he wanted to concentrate more on his science. And to me it takes a very remarkable man to sit there and say, no, my science is more important than becoming the head of a country, pretty much, becoming the ruler of a country and shaping a country. But
Okay, the time is up. Thank you.
no worries.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some questions relevant to your part 2. What kind of person can't you respect?
That's very easy to answer. I can't respect anyone that doesn't deserve respect. To me, we earn respect in our life. We earn respect by giving respect to others. I like to think that I'm a very respectful person. Part of my culture as being Australian is if I say that I will do something for you, I will do it. And my word is my bond. It's better than a handshake. And the people I can't respect mainly are the people that tell me that they will do something and then they don't do it because it's too difficult for them to do. It makes me very angry and very frustrated.
Okay. Do you think respect is important in any relationship?
Respect is fundamental to any relationship. Whether it's a business relationship, a professional relationship, or just a social relationship. If you don't respect the person, then you honestly don't know the person and you don't feel you can trust the person and you don't want to be with the person, in which case there shouldn't be any relationship there at all. Respect is paramount to me. Following respect, we have trust. Without the two, there shouldn't be any relationship there.
How can you be a respectable person?
Well, a lot of people think that by being a respectful person, we're talking about your position at work or your job. But to me, I can be a street cleaner and I can still be a respectable person. As I said, it's more about giving your word and following through. It's having some basic guidelines in your life that you follow. Some people are religious and follow the 10 Commandments, they follow the Bible. Other people aren't religious. But to me, respect is earned. So I give respect to people whether they've earned it or not. If they don't want to respect me, that's their own choice. I can't force respect on someone. But in all honesty, it's about being a genuine person. If I am genuine, I will get respect and I will be receiving respect.
Okay, and that ends the IELTS speaking test today.
No worries. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so this is just a final word. So thank you for everyone for watching and taking the time to watch this video. As you've just seen, IELTS speaking is hard. They don't give you much time to get prepared, so you need to have a background knowledge. You don't know what questions you're going to get. And because you don't know what questions you're going to get, you need to make sure you are comfortable and confident talking about any topic. It's easier than it looks. If you study hard, if you want to come here, if you want to learn, I can help you and I will guide you to get the best score you can get. But it's up to you. The hard work is getting the vocabulary, in all honesty. When I'm doing IELTS speaking, I cannot keep repeating the same words over and over again. I have to give as much information as I can. I must always, and I stress this is important, have the examiner stop you. Never ever sit there and say to your examiner, that's it. If you say that's it, you are showing that you have run out of vocabulary, you've run out of ideas. So just be confident, have fun, and just think of it as talking to a friend.
Okay. See, so when you come here and study with him, normally you will have some topics like this. So this is part 2, is the hardest part,
Yeah.
right? So what we need to do is keep learning and build up our vocabulary, and also we keep practice. Practice is very important. I just study IELTS for around 3 months.
3 months.
3 months. So, and also my English is not good, but I hope you can do better than me, and you can have a better pronunciation and also correct grammar. And I hope this video will be useful for all of you before you take the IELTS exam. Thank you.
Thank you.